So yeah, just pretend I turned this right side out. I did it off camera because it took 10 years. It was awful. Never again. Ooh! You know, I haven't done that yet either. I've never made a dew claw hand paw, and I was just thinking about that last night, actually. Like, if I did that, what it would look like. That sounds really cute. Four finger with the dew claw. I love that. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I will make a brand new pattern just for Alonzo. Oh, it's so cute. So for the, oh, actually I'm gonna look at that if you don't mind. I want to look at it right now. I'm very curious. For these little minky paw pads, you can brush right over it. But, you also can just brush it, like, with your finger a few times. That usually gets the furs nice and straight. But you can brush it with the brush. It works either way. Okay. So, now it's all nice and brushed. I'm going to check the seams. I already did this, so I know it's fine, but just kind of pull back the fur and make sure it doesn't look like it did on my picture, where you can kind of see the stitching, and it's dangerously not good. But right here, you can't even see any stitching. It looks good. Nice straight line. So we're good. So now the next step, we're going to stuff these puffy fingers. And I'm going to quickly check my Discord, because I want to see what Alonzo is showing me. You tried saying his name and Streamlabs kept yelling at you for it? Why? It's just a name. I mean, I made it strict, but not that strict. What the heck? Names should be fine. Oh. Oh. I see. Yeah. So I was a little bit scared of you. Oh, the ones you just made? Okay, I see. Okay, I get it. I'm gonna see. I want to see. I miss everything. Probably in Fursuit pics. Oh! And I see Jessica's picture too. Look at that cutie. Ooh, yes! Eee, the little thumb. That's so cute. Yeah, I was worried about... It's that you got the same thing going on there with the black black fingers and the black claws. That's something I would have worried about, but like, it looks fine. Like, silhouette-wise, it looks fine. I think as long as the claws are big enough, you can tell that they're separate. Like, if the claws were really tiny and they're the same color, it's probably a problem. Tokami, you love those. I know, right? They're so cute. Those are really cute. I'm still gonna do a pattern like that one day. I have, and they're really cute. But I've never seen one in person. Only online I've seen a few photos of dew claw. 4 fingers of the dew claw. Yeah, do it, Ren! You know we all love to see each other's characters. Do it! Post it so we can all see. Okay, so I got some stuffing. I'm just gonna put it... Okay, so looking at it this way, you've got the liner, and you got under the liner and on top of the liner. Basically, unless you're doing some kind of weird, like, griffin paw or something that you want stuffing on the top of your fingers, for the most part, just ignore that. We're just gonna put it on the back, right here at the tip of each finger. So, underneath here, that's where we're gonna stuff it in. I'm gonna put it right in the thumb first. And the thing about stuffing the puffy fingers is that you want just enough stuffing to hold its shape. You don't want any more than that, because it makes it hotter and more uncomfortable, because it starts to press on your finger and it's not comfy. So just enough to hold the shape. Only put fingers in 4 fingers. Oh, you can't put the dew claw. Oh, it looked kind of like you could. I just assumed that that you were able to do that. That's interesting, Alonzo. I really thought it kind of looked like it. Did she respond to me, chat? I'm not sure if you're talking to me or Della, but either way, I'm not sure what show that is, so I can't really join your server. I'm sorry. Either way, I'm never active anyways. Alright. So it's getting a little bit puffy. And you actually want to leave it slightly deflated looking. And the reason for that is just when you put your hand in there, it adds more volume. So, like, Figme's look pretty puffy right here. I'm actually kind of surprised. They should be a little bit more deflated. Once you put your hand in there, you know, it takes up more space and it finishes up that poofy look, so. Yeah, I can see why that would be a problem, Quackity. So in four-fingered Handpaws, usually it's like this. Usually. Some other people do it a different way, like they'll put the first two together or the last two together. I found most of the time it's like this, so that's your 4 fingers. So I'm not sure if it's different, but that's how most of the ones I've seen. You remember the pattern used for me and Cyrus's paws? Yes, it was so cute! I know, I love that one! I think that one is by... Oh. See, they changed their name, so it's confusing. They used to be called YBL, and they changed their name to Bear Macabre? I think? That sounds right to me. You might have to check that, but I'm pretty sure. It's super cute. It's very, very puffy. That is a really cute pattern. I might have to make one in that style, because it is very, very adorable. Alright. Cute! That feels a lot better. Well, it looks a lot better. Black fur! Cyrus is here, yes. We were just talking about you again. Every time we talk about them, they show up. What is this? Honestly though, Ren, this is like the most mobile handpaw I've ever worn in my entire life. It's weird. I'm so used to being slightly restricted. I have arrived, everyone rejoice. Honestly, we are. In the fursuit pic. I love that. Okay, so I have stuffed the fingers. It feels good, like it feels like it doesn't feel like there's open gaps in here where I'm kind of fighting to get the finger to move. When I move my fingers, it's following very well. This one could stand to be a little bit more stuffed because I'm moving it up and down and I can feel some gaps in there. This one feels good. It's kind of hard to tell when they're all separate. This one needs a little bit more. This one feels good. So these two need just a tad more. So let's do that. But they look good. They look good when they're put on. So I don't want to stuff them all too much. Let me check. Ooh, oh my gosh. I love that. That long glove style. It's really thin fingers. Oh, that's so cute. I love that, actually. See, this is a 5-finger puffy paw style. That is like a 5-finger, I don't want to say standard, because it's not really standard. It's more like a glove style, where that's the kind of 5-finger paw I've seen more often, except that one's done really, really well. I've seen lots of 5-finger paws that are kind of like that I don't really like the style, but that one is really, really cute. I'm totally down. I'll totally make that. I love that. Ren, I love that. That's such a cute Wendigo. Are you gonna... I mean... Is it wearable, or is it a decoration? Because I thought you were getting a costume, but it looks kind of small, but maybe it's just the way the photo is. Ren, keep in mind that I have giant hands. You're good. I made Fel try them on too, so. In fact, all the time, I just go in there, he's usually doing something on his computer, I'm like, I need your hand, and he's like, and then he gives me his hand, and I put stuff on, and I'm like adjusting, and he's like, but he does it. He's so funny. He definitely is so helpful, letting me try all my patterns and stuff on him. So it should be fine, because I had him tested. He's got bigger hands than me. Peacock. Wow, I forgot all about Peacock. Yeah. There's a lot of shows on that are kind of older, but still really good. Ooh, okay, Blackfur, give me just a sec. I would like to see your new OC. Aldo, I'm totally down. I really, really want to try that. Like, that gives me the perfect excuse to do that style. I'm so excited. My personal favorites has got to be giant four-finger puffy paws. Honestly, Della, like, that one style is so good for you. The YBL one is so puff. It's so cute. Oh, Skelefro says hydrate. Well, for once in my life, I have pop. So, I'm just gonna drink some pop. Thank you for reminding me. They're so fun. I know. I can't believe the paws are that big. Like, you move them, and it's like, poof, poof. Every finger is huge. Carbonate. Okay, guys, but orange high C is the best drink, is it not? It has a movable... Oh, it's huge! See, in the photo, it looks small. Like, I was worried you'd even be able to fit it. It has a movable jaw and straps for wearing, but I need additional straps to keep it on. That's cool. That's really interesting. Oh, I have my battle.net on. It's telling me somebody has just joined Overwatch. Interesting. Alright, I'm gonna try this on again. Dr. Pepper. You know, I haven't had Dr. Pepper in so long. I actually really don't even remember what it tastes like. Water is the superior liquid. Now, do you say that because it's probably the only thing you're allowed to drink? Or because really it is the best for you? Every sort of pop sucks. You know, I really don't like Coke. I don't like the taste of it. I just think it's very not good. I don't like it. Milk! Okay, milk. I gotta say, I will try milk. I will have milk with everything. Alright. How does this feel? Well, I can move all my fingers. It feels like the same amount of, like, slight pressure on each finger just to kind of hold it in place. So you want it to be slightly grabbing onto your finger, but not, like, super tight and uncomfortable. So this is good. This is really good. This feels great. So here's the back here. It's all puffy. That's so cute. Yee! Juice is next. Then milk, but only flavored milk. What? Skelefro, you can leave. Milk is vile. What? Your lactose intolerance is tingling. Oh my gosh, how do you not live? How do you live without cheese or milk? Oh my gosh. I'm a chocolate milk fiend. The heck is flaxseed milk? I've never heard of that in my entire life. Water is a close second to milk. I could live off milk. I could. But seriously, what the heck? Flaxseed? I've never heard of that in my life. Okay, this looks good. I like it a lot. Next step, we can actually finish the edge here. Then once we finish the edge, that means this handpaw is done. So that's nice. Yes, see, chocolate milk is the best. I don't like chocolate milk. I'm a weirdo. I don't like things that are flavored chocolate. Like chocolate ice cream or hot cocoa. I think it's just disgusting. But I like to just sit there and eat like a chocolate bar. I just don't like chocolate mixed into stuff. Okay, I need either red or black thread. It doesn't matter for this because it's going to get covered up very quickly anyways. So I'm just going to use black so you guys can see. Where's all my needles? Alright, I'm going to start with red because this one's already threaded. Don't judge me. I've never tried strawberry milk. I actually forgot that was a thing. You know, I was just going to ask what strawberry milk tasted like. You know, I think it's kind of self-explanatory now that I think about it. Right? Wait, what? Blueberry milk? Ew! Ew, that's so gross! You chug milk like there's no tomorrow. It's an issue. Ew. I'm ewing the blueberry milk. I mean, I could live off milk, and I kind of do anyways. But, like, the blueberry milk doesn't sound great. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to just close this gap. We need to stitch this closed. So we can either hand sew this or machine sew it. I guess I could have just machine sewed it, but... I'm trying to get the camera in a spot that I like. Avocado. Avocado milk. Is that a thing? How many species of milk are there? Species! Oh my gosh. Honestly, you're not wrong, though. I mean, what other term would you explain? Flavor, that's like a dumb word. Let's not use that. Species. Species of milk. Alright, so right now I'm just trying to stretch this liner out to try to make it completely reach the edge here. Oh, I need pins. Duh. Or clips, I should say. You can get milk out of any fruit / veggies / nuts. Ew! I hate that idea. Someone needs to stop inventing things. That sounds so gross. Like banana milk. How does that sound? That sounds like somebody needs to stop trying. Oh! Okay, I feel like I brought this up, but it was like a long time ago. When I was really, really, really little, there was, I mean, Shrek 2 was in theaters, and I remember seeing on the shelves at the grocery store, you could get Heinz ketchup, but it was green. Green flavored. Well, not flavored, but it was green colored. And it had Shrek on the bottle. And I just... I mean, who would in their right mind would have actually been brave enough to try that? Because I was not. I remember whatever parent I was shopping with that day, we looked at that, said, wow, that looks gross, and proceeded to get regular ketchup. Okay, so I've got these pinned. Looks a lot more normal now, that's where you'd slip your hand in right in the middle. Water milk. Just add milk. That's disgusting. How do I ban myself? Yeah, I'll ban you. You can make milk out of anything if you're brave enough. Yeah, Skelefro, I'm gonna have to kick you out for that. Reminds me of the degenerates that decided to make mayo chup. Oh! I'm gonna have to stop you right there. Honestly, though, I agree. Degenerates. They need to not do that, actually. Black fur mayo chup. Sad face. Honestly, though. Alonzo says... 3/4 partial pieces will be arriving coming this Wednesday. Oh my gosh, please. I mean, I'm sure you'll... I was gonna say please send photos, but I'm sure you will. I would love, love, love to see that. Alright, so we are gonna put another layer on top of this. This is not its final form. We're just kind of sewing the liner in place. So I'm just doing like a really basic... like 2 steps forward, 1 step back stitch. I'm sure there's a name for this. Honestly, I need to bring the camera closer, but every time I bring it closer, it's like, too close. I'll try again, though. I feel like it's time to try again. Secret sauce on a burger. Mostly mayo chup mixed with seasoning and a little bit of pickled juice. Ew! Yeah! Honestly, Della, honestly. I think your ideas are not good sometimes, Skillafro. I hate to say it, but don't knock it till you try it. It's actually really good. Well, you lost me at the word mayo chup, okay? Check Discord for the correct size the Wendigo. Alright. Oh, wow! Holy moly, that is huge! I thought it was tiny, tiny, tiny. That's awesome! Dang. Okay, that's really sick, actually. That is way huger than I thought. It's like big. Do you need help, like attaching straps and stuff? Because I might be able to help you. Thank you, Alonzo. Yes, I definitely am very excited to see. Alright, so I'm stitching kind of far forward. And then coming back the other way, halfway in the direct center. Again, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. It's not my idea, it's local chain's fault. It's true, it might not be your idea, but the fact that you agree that it's a good thing scares me. I'll try new things, but not if it's called mayo chup with pickle juice. Honestly. That's kind of the cool thing about going, like, okay, if you go somewhere, you don't know what you're eating, as long as it's vegetarian, you can kind of know that it's safe to eat, even if you have no idea what it is. So, frankly, I mean, there's a lot of foods I would try, as long as it's guaranteed that they're vegetarian, but that's still really gross. Just saying. What if I called it Ketchies? Honestly, I don't hate it as much, because it makes me think of Ash Ketchum, which is not as bad, so... Bread and butter pickles? That sounds weird. Ew. Okay, I would try it if somebody asked me to, but I would never ever go out of my way to try something called that. Just saying. Maybe I should run this through the machine. I mean, it's fine hand sewing it, but I also don't want to take 18 years. I don't want to be ancient by the time I'm done. Maybe. Maybe I'll do that. I'd rather eat crickets than try that. Ooh. You know, I don't think I can agree, but at the same time, I see where you're coming from. You've been offered crickets a couple times before, but unfortunately they are high in protein. Ew! Yeah, I mean, at least you have a good reason to decline. Oh, I can't eat that, you know, protein. Yeah, I would just say that as a lie, so I wouldn't have to eat it, honestly. That's really gross. I could never, ever eat bugs. Bugs are gross enough already. Wait, pickles are cucumbers, just soaked. Okay, I love cucumbers. Not like with a dying passion, but I think they're good. And I can't stand pickles. I hate pickles. If you give me something with pickles on it, I will be very upset. Because even if you remove the pickles from whatever it is, it still has that pickly juice taste. Pickles are a nuisance. Crunchy water. Honestly though, cucumbers and like lettuce basically is crunchy water. Alright. Not that it took long to hand sew this, but I think it'll just be faster if we machine sew it. So let's do that. Of course, I don't have the right needle on there, so it might snap the thread, but we'll see. I'll eat ice. I hate the conversation about crunchy water right now. Okay, I think if it was just a liner, it would have snapped the thread, because I'm not using a stretch needle. But since it's also got fur in there, I think it's good, because it's not destroying the thread yet. Okay, we're almost there. Well, that was pretty painless. That's good. I was expecting that to be much, much worse. Cool. That was a lot faster than I thought, too. You guys didn't just see me drop a ton of clips on the ground. Oh, celery. Okay. I cannot stand celery. I would rather eat many, many, many other types of things than celery. I would rather eat chocolate ice cream than celery, okay? You're a celery hater, right? I guess we can't be friends because, dear Lord. Like, okay, I've even tried it with peanut butter, and I love like apples and peanut butter, and peanut butter is just wonderful. But I can't get past that celery taste. It's something else. I hate it so much. I guess we can no longer be friends. That's a deal breaker right there. I swear if you bring us celery. You hate it with peanut butter? They should not go together. What would you eat celery with then? Maybe ranch? Celery is genuinely awful. Honestly though, I've had Brussels sprouts and I don't hate them as much as I hate celery. Celery is like dirt tier. Alright. Just try to cut off this little excess edge that's hanging over. Cool. So this is nice and stitched all the way around. Doesn't have to be perfect or super durable, just once around to hold it in place while we put the actual edging on. You just eat it plain. Ice cream will beat celery no matter who it is. Okay, genuine poll. Would you guys rather have celery or ice cream flavored, or celery flavored ice cream? Because both of those sound bad, but actually that's a lose-lose situation. Alright, so now we gotta put this nice rim on the edge. Here's what Figgy's looks like. You can barely even see it because it blends in here. Hey Ren, are you still in the chat? If Ren is still here, I'll ask her if she has a preference what color. I was gonna use red for the rim because this part's always tucked. The wrist is always tucked into your arm sleeve or whatever anyways, so you never see it. So I usually just match the color of the paws because it looks cool, but in Figby's case, I used green just because I liked the dark green and it blends in. So I guess it depends if you want to blend it or if you want to... Oh, she is here, okay. Do you want the rim to be black or red? It doesn't really matter, but it's up to you. It will look nice either way. Usually it's hidden under your sleeve, so... You know, it was raining. I went out to get some, well, I went out to get a drink at McDonald's, but it was definitely raining, so it's probably thundering where you're at, too. I wish it would thunder here. All it's doing is rain. You want black? Okay, no problem. Oh, okay, Alonzo, that's okay. It was nice of you to stop by for just a while anyways. You're here for a bit. So thank you so much for hanging out with us, and I'll see you next time. Yee! Alonzo's so cute. The would you rather was, would you rather have celery or ice cream that's flavored celery flavored? Because both of those sound awful. I only have one fursuit badge, and it's the one that I've just been using my entire life. And unfortunately, it's packed away, so I can't show you now, but I can dig it out. I'm gonna have to dig it out anyways, because the Anthrocon's coming up. But, yeah, I can dig it out and show you guys next stream, or put a photo of it on Discord or something. But yeah, just one badge, that's all I've got. I know people collect badges, and it looks really cool. Thank you, Skelefro. Just the idea of objection. We're gonna have a whole trial. Who's gonna win? Alright, so back here, buried in my mass of work projects on this shelf, this is my little stand I've made. It has bias tape. B-I-A-S. Bias. And that's just called that because that's the way it is made. like this edging, the way it's cut is on the bias. Basically, it means like the weave is diagonal instead of straight. Gives it a slight bit of stretch, but not much. Anyways, if you want to use the same stuff I'm doing to rim the edge, that's what it's called. Alright. So I don't have the wrapping anymore, but here's what it looks like. It comes on like a tiny little panel here. Oh, man. Alright. Oh, you gotta go to, okay, Skellepro. Thank you for coming in and, stirring up trouble. It was highly entertaining. I'll see you next time. Oh, and bye you too, Alonzo. See you guys later. Della says you need more badges. You need it. Ice cream that's celery flavored is just ice. Honestly, because celery is just texture, and I hate the texture. You know what I hate? Watermelon. I hate watermelon because I hate the texture. And I hate any kind of melon. Any kind of melon is just... Oh, hey, Cindery? I can't... Okay. Cindery, how you doing? Oh, you have a black badge from Della. Della's a good artist. But so are you, Blackfur. You're both good. Oh, nice. You've got a lot, Della. You've got, like, a small collection. How do you choose which one to wear? Cindery says, you're missing the hem on your Handpaws. You want to see how they were sewn in? Oh, yeah, sure. I should probably do that. Oh, no. What have you done, Della? Okay, so use the bias tape, and you're going to want to get extra wide double fold. That means if you unfold it all the way, it's double folded in. So this is what it would look like. Now, one time I accidentally bought single fold, and that's what this looks like. That's not great, because if you try to fold this over, it's tiny, tiny, way too tiny. That's not what we need. We need the extra wide double fold bias tape. And you'll notice that one side slightly hangs up higher than the other, and the back, I mean, that's what it looks like on the back. This is the front. So which side is which? Well, usually the taller side is the inside, and the shorter side is the outside. And the reason it's slightly taller is because it's not expecting you to put this over a flat piece of paper. It's expecting you to put it over something that has some kind of thickness, and that slight edge of thickness is going to make one of these edges slightly shorter. So that's why it's slightly longer, to try to make up for this extra, like, 1/8 of an inch thickness here. Ew! I agree. Cantaloupe is just disgusting. I hate any kind of melon, but cantaloupe is, like, top tier nasty. I can't eat that. It makes me cry. It's too bad. I can't do it. Okay. I need to sharpen my blades because I keep cutting things and it don't do. I have to cut it multiple times. So maybe we'll do that on stream one day too. I need to sharpen all my blades. Okay. So I'm gonna put this with a shorter edge on the inside here. I'm gonna try. Of course, Ren chooses black, the harder color to see. I didn't even think about that. Ren likes to make it more difficult, but what can I say? She's in it for the style. Okay, so there's like two ways you can do this. There's the right way, and then there's the cheater way. And what can I say? I like the cheater way. Alright, so I kind of just like get it on there, and then I clip it. So ideally, the correct way to do this is you'll open it up. You'll put the one side on here, and you'll stitch it all the way around. Then you'll fold it, and then you'll stitch it all the way around again. And that'll get both sides in there. But, frankly, either I just suck, or I haven't had success with that. I can't get it to look straight or good. So frankly, I do it the cheater way, where I just kind of clasp it on there, and I pin it, and then I hand sew it. Yeah, hand sewing the hand. I know, right? Really? Let me try turning it up. I might blast you guys though, so hang on. Testing, testing, testing. Ooh, testing, testing. Okay, that's doing nothing. Why is my mic so quiet? It's all the way up. Testing, testing. Alright, that is... That's peaking my mic. That's as high as I can go. That's as high as it's going. You're making me more skilled by practicing the tough stuff. Honestly, though. Yeah, that's as loud as I can get it. It's, I don't know why it's so quiet. That's so weird. It didn't used to be this quiet. I'll write it on the list. You know, I always thought it was a little bit quiet, but I was never sure. Quiet mic. Okay. It's alright. Yeah, but if it's not ideal. It would be obviously more ideal if I could just get it a decent volume. Because people on YouTube later even, like, or you guys switching between streams, like, you come to my stream and it's all quiet, but if you switch back to something else, it'll, like, blast you. So, that's not good. Alright, so I just kind of go along the edge really carefully here, tucking down the fur. And I'm sure there's another way to do this, just like there's a way to do a million ways to do other things, but this is the way I do it, and it works good for me, so. You sound fine to me? Well, that's good. Because on YouTube, it does sound a little bit quiet to me, so I can't tell. But I will see if I can make it just a tad louder. Later, I'll look at that, because it did used to be louder. I listened to some of my older streams, and it used to be louder, so explain that to me. Oh, I hate the smell of cantaloupe, too. Just smelling it, I'm like... Oh, but you know what really jams is broccoli. I love broccoli, but only cooked broccoli. Raw broccoli gets, like, stuck in your teeth, and it's all nasty. But, like, yeah, that cooked broccoli is, like, really good. Especially with butter. Oh no, Ren! Partially deaf, legitimately. That's terrible. I think Micah has something like that too. Like, no, it's not her ear. She has, she's partially blind in one eye, I think. So when I was working on her head, I wanted to be absolutely certain it was as clear as possible for her fursuit eyes. That's not good, Ren, because you can hear even less when you're in a fursuit, because it's like wearing a couch on your head. So, that was my fears. The ads are pretty loud. Right? See, that's what I was worried about. Like, just the opposites. Like, yeah, somebody switching between the ads and then getting into my stream and then back to ads. It'll blast them. And that's terrible. So I'd like to avoid that if possible. Does someone eat raw broccoli? I've seen people put it on salads, which is highly disgusting to me. Okay, the hardest part about this is trying to keep this edge all the way into the very, like, keeping this completely clasped around, because the further you go, it's easier to accidentally let it slide up. And I did this, one of my first Handpaws of mine, it was a fig bee handpaw, I believe. By the very end, it was only barely hanging on, like this, like barely hanging on. So you don't want that. You want this to be very deeply over the edge. You want to feel the edge of that handpaw right at the tip of this bias tape here. And only until you're perfectly satisfied with how good it's gripping should you put a clip on here. Gross cooked broccoli. People here put cheese on it too. Ooh! I forgot you could do that. Like cheese broccoli or, oh, broccoli cheddar soup. Oh, That jams. Or broccoli on mac and cheese. Oh, yes. Oh, that sounds amazing. Eat it with steak. Oh, I've eaten it with like veggie steak before, and that was really good. I forgot about that. Now I'm really wanting some broccoli. Too bad Walmart closes at like 10 p.m. these days. I will buy some broccoli next time I go to the store. Now I really want some broccoli. That sounds just fantastic. Broccoli with cheddar cheese makes it more tolerable, but it's still not the best. Okay, then what's your favorite vegetable? If it's not the god vegetable that's broccoli. Alright, so it might be kind of annoying, but I actually don't cut off this strip until I'm sure I got all the way around. Because I've held it around like this and kind of... Oh! Well, thank you so much for following! Lifong. I don't know how to say that properly, but it's fun. Thank you very much for following. Anything with cheese is better. Can your Wi-Fi stop going out when you're trying to watch my stream? If your Wi-Fi goes out and you come back, does it force you to sit through another ad? I will feel so bad. Okay, so before I've done this where I kind of like measured it out and then cut it, and I have the strip and I go from there. But the weird thing is, since you're going like in a circle, you're kind of making it rounded. You're gonna need more than you think. So every time I like pre-cut one of these, it ends up being too short. So you can like cut it off this little mini bolt here if you want, but just make sure you leave some extra room for yourself, because if you pin it all the way around and then it's too short, you're gonna be very disappointed. Or you can just not cut it off until you're sure you're all the way done and just cut it like I just did at the very end. Broccoli is the superior vegetable. I love broccoli. What? You like your broccoli sweet? Is that possible? How do you make broccoli sweet? Oh, okay, carrots are pretty good. I like carrots if they're like cooked and soft in like some kind of soup or something. Ooh. But like raw carrots with ranch is pretty good too. I'm gonna swan dive off the Empire State Building if it goes out again. Oh, your poor internet. Honestly, lettuce, I only eat it because I know it's kind of healthy. It actually tastes like barely anything at all. Okay, so this is good. You're gonna want to leave extra here, because when we get to the end, I like to do this kind of like fold under thing, so that you don't have a raw edge here that's trying to shrivel up all the way. So I'm not gonna fold it under yet, but that's the plan. We're gonna fold it under. So first I'm gonna hand stitch this, and this does take a hot second. So strap in. I'm actually gonna use the thread off my bobbin here because I'm gonna run out of thread here soon. Might as well. We are so close. I'm so close. Of course, when I'm done, I still have to fix the entire other hand, but I'm gonna try not to think about that right now. I was supposed to be done with them like a few days ago, but then that incident happened where I realized I messed up. Potatoes are superior vegetable. Okay, potatoes are really good. I give you that. Potatoes are really good. Add a bit of sugar or sweetener and it does wonders. Interesting. I don't know how I'd feel about my broccoli being sweet, but I definitely would agree to try it. On the boiling water. Make a whole spoon for a medium... Oh, maybe a whole spoon for a medium pot of half kilo broccoli. We are a lot of people here. Well, unfortunately, I'm very America, and I don't even know what a kilo is. That sounds very metric to me. Alright, so I'm just gonna rearrange this. This first one got kinda slid out of place a little bit, so I'm just gonna make sure it's back in place before I start stitching. Okay. Sweet potatoes. Ooh! Oh my gosh. Has anybody... This is like probably something that most people haven't tried, but Has anybody tried the sweet potatoes from Boston Market? Because, oh my gosh, I could live off of those. They're like, okay, it's like mashed sweet potatoes, but it's got mixed in, okay, on the top it's got like a slightly crunchy oat and brown sugar mixed, like, topping with marshmallows. I can't believe it, but it is the best thing I've ever tasted. In fact, it was so good that I learned how to make the recipe myself because it was just so good. And it doesn't even sound like anything I would really be into, but I can't believe it. Sweet potato fries are not that bad, you fool. Like a small broccoli head. Okay, that checks out. I understand that one. I can understand that one. Alright, we need to discuss this very quickly. When you are stitching, just like I did before, it doesn't really... Okay, when I was stitching the liner to the fur, just to kind of hold it in place, it doesn't really matter which direction you go. But for this one, obviously we're starting this way at the end and going around. And when you do like that one stitch forward, two stitch forward, one stitch back kind of thing, I'll draw it. When you do it that way, it kind of leaves one side of the let me draw it. You go forward, and then you go under half, and then you go forward, and then you go under half, and it gives you kind of like this loop thing. That means one side of the fabric you're gonna see this really long bumpy thing, and the other side of the fabric, sorry, it's so tiny, you're gonna see this, which is just some basic stitches. And in my opinion, I like the look of this one better. So when you're doing this stitch, you want to know which side of the fabric you want on the inside and which side you want on the outside. So usually I'll put this really busy one on the inside and this nicer looking one on the outside. So let me see if you can see it on Figbies here. So here's like the inside stitch. It's like really long. It just it keeps wrapping around, just keeps going. But the outside stitch is much cleaner. It just looks like normal stitches. So when you're doing that, you need to know which side, which way you're going with your stitching. And this is like way overkill, trying too hard to be perfectionist. So it doesn't really matter, but this is just something that I care about. Peruvian sweet potatoes. What is that? I've never heard of that before. Cinderi's like, heh. Sweet potatoes are fake potatoes. They have no place in my life. Backstitch. Yeah, that's the word. So it's just like a normal backstitch. That's the word. I really need to learn the name of stitches. The only one I know is ladder stitch, so I probably should try harder to learn the name of stitches. Especially if I'm going to be showing people. I know how to do it, but I should probably tell people the name of it. Alright, I'm going to adjust the lights so it's just not super dark. Maybe this will help a bit. Okay. But yeah, backstitch. That's the word I should be using here. The word of the day. Alright, so I started out just making a knot here so that it doesn't slide out of place. Okay. This black fabric though. Alright, so I'm gonna go I'm gonna do the long stitch on the inside here and come out on this side. And it's gonna get stuck in things. That's good. And then I'm gonna do the short stitch going this way. It's so weird doing this on camera. Like, I'm all nervous that I'm gonna mess up. or you know, maybe it just won't show up in camera because I have the camera facing too low. Alright, so let me try again. Stay in camera, Clover. Come on now. You're better than this. Stitches get snitches, honestly. Alright, I'm gonna try again and stay in camera this time. So we're on the inside. I'm gonna go the long stitch to the left. Okay, this needle is way too thick for this. I can't pull it through. Okay, and we're gonna do the short stitch back to the right. But the thing is, like, the order of the way this works changes depending on if you started with this as the end or this other side as the end. So depending on if you're stitching left or to the right, you might need to do it the opposite way. So you just, it's kind of annoying. You just gotta kind of just think about it for a second, figure out which way you're going, and know which way you're going. My hands are hot. It's so hot in here. It is absolutely like death levels of hot. Apparently, like, the other people that live in the apartment with me are fine. Like, every other room is fine. But my work room is 9,000 degrees. And, like, just walking in the door, you can feel the huge, huge difference. Just, it's absolute death. And they think it's probably because of the way everything is so insulated. Like, I've got a lot of furs and stuff in here. But at the same time, I mean, I gotta do something. I'm melting. So I'm not sure what to do. I mean, maybe I could get, like, a mini AC or something, or I don't know. I was highly considering doing the stream downstairs today because it is so hot and I just want to die. So I'm not sure. Okay, so let's see here. So those are the 4 stitches I've done. They're really nice. And this is the inside. It's also very nice. Nice straight line. And if it's not a straight line, then you need to be a little bit more careful of exactly where you're putting that needle. Because it should be a straight line, but if you're going a little bit off, it won't be straight. So you gotta, it's very, very particular if you want that to be straight, because otherwise it'll be slightly off. Not like anyone will care but you probably, but if you want it to be straight, just get that little magnifying glass and just do it perfect. Phil says the house is hot. Phil, the house is on fire. We need a fire extinguisher. Help. No air conditioning. See, we have the air conditioning. Can you, I don't know, are you allowed to get a window AC in an apartment? So you're saying I should buy you a fan for Christmas. I, like, live for fans. I always have this one on my hands, and I usually have another one just on my hands, too, on the other side. I don't know. I've got at least 2 fans all the time, and it's still not enough. Currently trying to type out all the stuff I wrote down on that ref sheet in the description of my art fight post for him. There's so much. Oh, I was gonna look at that. I wanted to see your character. Where is it? Where did you post it? Fursuit making, maybe? Oh, cool. Oh my gosh, I should be on this page way more. That's awesome. I love seeing you guys fursuit making. Eee! I am not sure you posted that, Cyrus. I wanted to see your character. You said you posted it somewhere, and now I can't find it. Ceiling fan? There's no ceiling fan here. Just a big old light. Which isn't even that great. I always have to have, like, 10 more lights on top of it. Oh, you posted it in art? Well, now that you say that, it makes more sense. I like how I checked fursuit making, but not art. Cute! Oh my gosh, I love seeing all these arts. I'm so behind. Oh my goodness. Wow, you guys are so creative. Goodness. The man is done. Onyx, oh! Oh, that's so cool! I need to see the full size, because it's tiny. Oh, wow! Are those hooves? That's cool. There is so much writing here. It's, like, really, really complex. That's very cool. A bear goat. That is very, very neat. I love that. I love super creative characters like that. I don't think I've ever seen a bear goat in my life. Okay, so I'm just gonna continue this. It's a little bit easier to grab onto now that it's kind of started. So I'm gonna go far along on my way out. I'm gonna have to switch needles after this thread is done. Okay, and do the little baby stitch on the way to the right. Yeah, definitely depends which way you're going with this, because if you started from the other end, you could be going completely opposite. Yeah, I wish I had a ceiling fan, or just more fans. There's never enough fans. You can install one and then reinstall the crappy light when you move out. Really? Is that something you can just do? Because that would be pretty cool. Because no matter what, it's just absolute death. Oh yeah, Della, I want to see your pixel art. Do it. I want to see all of your arts. It's like I want to see it and then I never check the art channel. Explain this to me. Okay, this is much easier now that I've gotten it started. Usually parts like this that are just super tedious, I'm like, yeah, TV. Let's watch some YouTubers. I usually watch like well, it really depends on what I'm feeling that day, but mostly I like video game related content. I like watching things about how games are made or what makes games good or bad, what makes a game interesting. I just like the creation of games, and hopefully one day I'll make mine work. I'm still working on the character design. Actually, if I ever see any of you in person, we should have like a character design thing, because it's designing characters is the part that I am the least adequate with. Not the visual design, but the like character personality. It's hard because when you're designing something that's meant for a game, it's like you have to be aware of the story, but also the gameplay, how they interact with each other, and what roles they fill in like the team or the party or whatever. The problem I'm having right now is that these two characters are both orange. That's actually my legitimate problem, is that they both have reasons to be orange, but I can't have 2 out of like the 4 party members being orange, so I'm kind of at an impasse. It's kind of a trouble. It's just silly little things like that. I just need like a story jam with some people. Need some help, because I'm kind of having trouble. It's easy to install light fixtures. Just be sure to turn off the breaker to the room before you begin moving the old fixture. Okay, that's like really good advice. Thank you. I want to not die, actually. Well, the thing is, Fel, and his wife, they're only gonna be here through September at the very most. They're moving out very soon, so at this point, it's kind of not gonna help, but like maybe in the next place, because that would be good. If I don't have another way to keep myself cool, then I will try to do that, because dear Lord, I'll try anything now. If it was at least cool outside, I'd open the window, but it's not. It's like just as hot. And then if I blow air in or out or whatever, it just makes it humid. It's just like, would you like humidity or would you like dry heat? They're both heat, but one of them's wet. Okay, let me finish this stitch and I'll show you guys how it looks. Okay, so here's the outside. Just those really nice stitches, very clean. And the inside here looks pretty good. I like that. Looks good. So usually I'll just go all the way around. And the thing about this is, like, since it's like a rounded opening, you kind of have to be aware that it's gonna need to be, like, the problem about me, oh, I dropped this, okay. Problem about me, like, measuring it like a loop like this beforehand was that I always needed more than I thought. And the reason for that is because this isn't just a static circle, when you open it up all the way, it really does need a little bit extra to fulfill that whole round curve. So you do have to be aware that it's gonna need, it might need to be, like when you're setting up the pins and stuff, don't make it super stiff. You're gonna need to like go with the flow of the round shape of the opening, if that makes sense. Probably not, but maybe someone somewhere will understand what I'm trying to say. So again, I'm just gonna go 2 steps forward and then backstitch halfway. And you can like check both sides of the needle. Make sure it's in the right spot before you pull it all the way through. Because once you pull it through, it's really hard to undo that stitch. You can't win. I know, Red. I'm just gonna melt. I'm gonna be a puddle next time you guys see me. Oh my gosh! You guys are so cute. Look at your little pixel arts. Wow. Yee! Okay, me putting a 100 and a heart. I don't know why 100 is like my favorite little emote, but it is. I just like 100s. Those are adorable. You guys are so cute. I can't believe you made those. They're like professional. You're so mad though. You said an art was supposed to be my art fight profile picture, but after finishing you realized you made it 200 by 200 and not 100 by 100. So you couldn't use it. What? Is there no way you can like shrink it? Cause that's shame. That's terrible. After all that effort you did to make it and you can't use it? What? You're not allowed to melt prior to Anthrocon. Alright, I guess I'll listen to you. You're right. I will melt after Anthrocon. I'll be a puddle afterwards. So since I'm not going with the hugest group, my new plan was to meet people. Imagine that, right? So I'm definitely gonna try to meet some people. I'm gonna hang out in the card room a bit. I'm gonna talk to adults. I'm gonna try to meet some males. But the problem is most furries are not straight. But I'll try. Maybe I'll find some straight guy there. We'll see. That's single. That'll never happen. Right? It's like, people go to video game conventions and they're like, boy, like, they can meet people there, but especially with furries, it's almost impossible. It's like, we're almost all LGBTQ plus in some way, right? It is so rare to find someone who's not in that community. Nearest neighbor resizing tech on Krita or Photoshop. Interesting, I've never heard of that. And I use Krita, but I've never heard of that. That sounds helpful. Do you think that could resize that image? Because that would be really cool. Drink water. Oh yeah, I saw that subconsciously and I just drank some pop. I should be drinking water, but today I feel like I wanted to be cool, so I'm drinking pop. I went to McDonald's just for pop and for a dozen cookies because I'm fat. I just like cookies. I think, okay, if you had to choose a dessert, only one dessert type you could eat for the rest of your life. Yeah, I mean, you could switch between flavors, but I would choose cookies. I just love cookies. What would you guys choose? I'm very curious. Nearest neighbor helps a lot with pixel perfect stuff. Interesting. See, I haven't looked into pixel stuff for a long time, so I've never heard of that. That sounds really, really helpful, though. Okie dokie. We're going. It's taking just as long as I'm expecting. Okay, so, quick side note here. If I'm selling paws on their own, just a pair of hand paws, there's no head to go with it, just the paws, I would probably slip a tag in here somewhere, or maybe stitch it on the end. Yeah, so like maybe, what kind of Ziploc is this? It's the cheapest Ziploc I've ever seen. Okay, maybe one of these guys, but smaller, like just kind of slip it under the liner edge there. Yeah, a smaller one would be ideal. Or I could hand sew one of these long, thin ones on there, just kind of on the edge. And that's what I've done before. It's kind of good just kind of get your brand on there, because definitely makes it seem more high quality, and then people know who made this really cool thing. It's just good for all parties. If you have the ability to shell out a ton of money to get some custom-made labels, it's totally worth it. You can choose an end on the resizing methods on drop-down menu. Interesting. I'm gonna look into that on Krita, because I've never had to deal with like resizing stuff on Krita before. I mean, just basic like canvas resizing and some image stretch really, but I haven't really tried anything like that. Because Cindery's right, you should totally be able to resize that, like, especially because it's not like an awkward pixel size. It's literally just like 200 by 200 down to 100 by 100. You might be able to do it. It might be a hair blurry, but like, it'll work. Theoretically. Okay, see, I tried to pull it out on this side, and it's like way too close to this edge. If I pull it through here, it won't even grab on. So always check where your needle is going to end out before you finish that stitch. Perfectionist Clover, just can't stop. I'm so excited. I love it when stitches are perfect. Have you figured out a way to do a giveaway thing with the channel points? No! It's on my list. Unfortunately, last time I tried, it still didn't work, and then I put it on my list, but I didn't have time to look at it because I've been trying to finish this suit for Anthrocon. So, unfortunately, that's been on the back burner, but it is on my list, and as soon as Anthrocon is over, that is when I'm going to finish up some loose ends before I start on my next wave of commissions. So stuff like that is something I'm going to get fixed immediately after Anthrocon, if not during Anthrocon, because downtime in the hotel, sometimes I like to just kind of be alone and just relax. That's a good time for me to work on that too. So we'll see. I do need to get that giveaway going. Actually, I was just gonna give away... Actually, I don't know if I still have that. Never mind. I had a tail that I made that I was gonna give away, but actually, I think I already did a giveaway on that one. It was a while ago. Yeah, anyways, either way, maybe I will make it on stream. It'll be fun. I'm not sure what kind of tail we should make this time. It could be anything. I mean, I've made like a little baby tail. I've made a curly, like, bouncy husky tail. That one was fun. I've made some wolf tails. I don't know. Anything really sounds fun to me. It just needs a bit of tweaking and resizing, because it will kill pixels to fit the new sizing. That's what I thought. Either it will delete some pixels, or it'll kind of blur it. Oh, but it won't leave a blurry effect. Interesting. See, that's so interesting. The different methods of the technology to resizing things like that is really intriguing, because it could have gone either or, I guess. Different kinds of resizing techniques. One might blur it, and one might delete some in-between pixels. That makes sense. That's really cool. I think I would like to mess around with that and see how it works, because that seems like something I really would like to see. I like messing around with technical stuff. You're literally in love with the bouncy curly tail. Eee! I forgot you won that one. That's awesome. That was a while ago. It's so fun. It'll be Takami's substitute tail. Eee! That's amazing. That's so cute. I'm glad that it's fun. I wouldn't have tried to make that unless Micah was like, you should do this. Micah got me to try some bouncy tails, because Micah really likes the bouncy tails. And she's been very busy lately, so I haven't gotten to talk to her in a while, but she really helped me get started on my entire thing here. She was one of my first few people who was really trying to, like, push me, like, hey, you should get a Trello, you should try this, try that. It was really helpful. Yeah, she definitely got me to try the curly tail, and I liked that. I'm really glad that it worked out well. Because it was fun. I tried it on. It was a blast. It bounced. I wouldn't mind making another one of those, that's for sure. Did the fix on Discord. It's now a 100 by 100. Wow! You did that in like 2 seconds! I'm gonna look. I want to see how it looks. That's really impressive how fast you were able to do that. Oh! It was still higher than... Rip. Still, that is a whole size smaller. That's nice. I can't believe how well that worked. It looks really good. Oh, wait, yeah, now I'm seeing it working. Whoa! With that grid, it reminds me of, Animal Crossing, when you're drawing... You basically do pixel art on Animal Crossing at the Able Sisters when you're making your own little clothes. That was one of the first games I've ever played that had some kind of art in it. Was Animal Crossing Population Growing on the GameCube. That was a blast. I love that game. The villagers were mean, though. Like, it is nothing like the Animal Crossing we all know today. Like, the villagers would, like, steal your stuff and yell at you and call you names. Like, they were highly entertaining. That's what I'll say about that. And I kind of miss that, because now all the villagers in the newest game, New Horizons, they're just all, like, nice. That's it. That's their whole personality. They're all nice. Though it is cool to see them, like, walking around and sitting and doing some different stuff, but, I'd rather them have better dialogue. Oh! I've never tried a Dino Dog tail, but that's so on my list. That's an amazing idea. I should do that! Eee! One that sticks. Yes, I want to try that so bad. Like one of those little ones that just comes straight out of your butt and just, wah, like a sideways triangle. And my money don't jiggle, it bounce. Alright, this, you can see that this takes a hot minute, but it's going, and it looks very professional. When you're done with this, you can go over it with the sewing machine if you'd like, but I find that it's hard to get that exact line perfectly under your needle, and I actually think it just looks nice the way it is, so I don't actually bother machine sewing it after, especially because it doesn't need to be durable. It's just there to look nice and to hold this edging fabric bias tape on, so you can go over it again if you'd like, but it's really not necessary. So, especially if you do a really good job hand stitching it, you're probably good. See how it's kind of buckling a little bit? Maybe you can see. That's because when I did this, I didn't do it like pulled it taut. I kind of went with the flow of the roundness of it, and yeah, that's what I was trying to explain earlier. I have no idea if it makes sense, but just kind of go with the fabric rather than trying to fight and make it, like, if you make that bias tape too tight, then it's gonna make this circle not appear round. It's gonna just be like this. I like how it holds itself into a round shape. I think it's cute. Bro, I'm too scared to touch Animal Crossing New Horizons because I feel embarrassed when other villagers are like, bro, where'd you go? We thought you died, SMH. Right? Oh my gosh. I bet it's way worse in the GameCube version because they were mean to you in that one no matter what you did, so. Aw, man. I'm bleeding. Alright, well, I'm gonna go grab a Band-Aid. It was just like a hangnail. I was like, oh, that's not good. I should not have touched it, probably. BRB! If anyone wants to see what your cats did in the bathroom, go ahead. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, so I went to get a Band-Aid and oh man, I'm bleeding. Me whenever I do cross stitch. Right? I feel that. Okay, I need to go take a picture of something that the cats just did. I need you guys to see this. I will be right back again. Oh, this is gonna take 18 years to clean up. Okay. I have fish. I take care of my fish. I love my fish. There's 2 betta fish. And they eat betta food, and they can also eat... It's called freeze-dried bloodworms. I know it sounds gross, but it's not that gross. Anyways, all 3 of our cats went in there, knocked over the freeze-dried bloodworms all over my rug. I don't know what to do. Dear Lord. Oh my God. It's everywhere. Yeah, that's definitely an oh no right there. All 3 of them were in there. How did they get in there? Oh. And people are like, oh man, Clover, why are you so slow at making fursuits? Well, part of the problem is my life and my cats gets in the way. I can't believe they've done this. I can't believe they've done this. It's everywhere. L. Okay, I'm so glad you guys are here to support me. Thank you for this. You guys can freak out with me because... Della, I heard you yell, oh my God, from the hall. What happened? Drink water, it'll heal you right up. Ren, you're so cute. You're like, water fixes all. I'm almost done with my pop and then I'll move on to water. I thought you were gonna say they pushed the tank over. Oh, I don't even know how they got that lid open. They must have like stepped on it or something because I what? Okay, at least they didn't knock the tank over. I don't even think I could knock the tank over because it's really, really, really heavy. Like that water weighs it down a lot. It's like a 10-gallon, and I have a divider in between so that the 2 bettas don't try to kill each other. So essentially they each have 5 gallons on their side, but like, yeah, it's... I can't believe I have to do that after I'm done with this now. I was like, oh boy, I'll finish streaming, maybe I'll watch some YouTube and finish the other paw. No. No. Oh. Teamwork. Yes. I think if I spilled bloodworms, I'd cry. Like, I don't know what they are. I don't know if they're actual worms or if they're, like, some kind of, like, plant kind of thing. I don't know. But they're called bloodworms, and it's definitely part of their diet, but, like, I don't feed it to them every time. Most of the time I feed them the normal food. I'm gonna cry, too. The most I've spilled at the nature center was live crickets covered in calcium. What? I can't believe you did that. Did anybody freak out or were they nice about it? Because I would have been freaking out. Also, are you banned from the nature center? Because you should be. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I'm going to have to clean that up. I'm so upset. That's going to take a long time. Okay. So what do I do to clean that up? Like, it's not... I mean, it's kind of gross. I don't want to... I don't want to, like, get the vacuum gross. But, like, I don't know what to do to clean this up. Alright, so this was kind of coming up a little bit, and I didn't like the way it was doing that, so I'm just going to kind of re-pin the rest of this. And you might have to do that, maybe. Sometimes I just pin it as I go, but I just kind of pre-pinned it ahead of time. But this is good. This is good. Are they alive? No, they're not. It looks like, honestly, it looks like really tiny little ginger roots. Like, really tiny ginger roots. That's what they look like. I wonder if I can zoom into the picture and show you guys. But, like, yeah, I don't really know what they are. Kind of scared to look it up, to be honest, but use an old towel in a Walmart sack. I could try that. They're like tiny, like, maybe they're called that 'cause they're shaped like worms, or maybe they actually are. I mean, that's the carpet here, but, like, yeah. They kind of, you know what they kind of look like is, those crusted onions. Like, have you ever had, like, those crunchy onion things? Like, breaded, I don't know if they're breaded or what, but they kind of look like that. That they go on sandwiches sometimes. Most definitely actually worms. Great! Alright, guys, I have worms on my carpet. That's good. That's wonderful. And you know what sucks is I'm incredibly clean. So clean. When I change my fish tank water, I take everything out of the bathroom and make sure nothing can get just, like, wet with, like, the fishy, swampy water, whatever. And when I'm done cleaning my fish tank, I'll scrub everything down, make it all sanitized and clean. Then I'll bring all the stuff back in, including the rug. Like, I have taken such good care of that rug. It is, like, just as clean as any other carpet that I've been trying to keep clean. And, like, in one fell swoop, these kitties, they have murdered me. Yes, they're real worms. Well, wonderful. Excellent. Now I have to be grossed out. I hoped it was just called that because they were looking like worms, but yeah, if they're actual worms, that sucks. Oh no. Well, who knows how many they ate, because I just went in there to get a Band-Aid. Like, all three of them were in there. Like, who knows if they ate a ton or not. That's not great. I'm gonna have to... Now I'm gonna have to monitor them, but I'm not even gonna be here for the next 2 days. I have to go do something with my family. I'm not even gonna be here. Oh, hey Carbon Dragon, how you doing? Been a minute. Right? I don't want to vacuum. Did you see what they did?
I assume you probably just want this tossed in the trash.
Is it all of it?
There's like very little left in the container.
You can just pour it in the container. Well, is it all dusty?
It's just got dirt in with it.
Oh, just throw it out. Fell's picking it up. Fell picked it up for me. What a good person. What a good human. There are hope for humans yet, I think. That was really sweet of him. Oh my gosh, I can't believe the cats did that. How did they get in there? I closed the bathroom door so they purposely don't, like, terrorize my fish or whatever. Keep an eye on the litter boxes. I guess I have to now. I just wish I was gonna be here tomorrow so I could easily keep an eye on them. That's really not good. Okay. Thank you for the warning. I didn't even think about that. That if they ate it, it could get them sick. Life. Yeah, it has been. Yeah, Carbon, how you doing? Hopefully you've been having a good time doing whatever you do. That's not a bad idea, Black Fur. Actually, maybe I should just shake the rug outside. That's a good plan. Get all the dusties off. I don't want to vacuum it because, like, it'll get my vacuum gross, but at the same time, I gotta do what I gotta do. Ugh, life felt. Yeah, I guess we can all agree. Life. Life kind of sucks, doesn't it? 1 minute you're sewing a hand paw, talking with your friends, then your thumb starts bleeding, then your cats eat a whole ton of bloodworms that are meant for your fish. SMH. I hope they didn't eat any of those. I know my cats try to get my fish food all the time, and I don't let them, but, like, since they snuck in there, they probably ate some of it. I hope they don't get sick. If they ate a ton, they may puke. Our cats puke anyways. Mostly the, exotic long hair, because he's, well, an exotic long hair, and they tend to puke a lot. So, great. If they all three start puking, then I guess we'll know. You left the door open? Okay. Maybe I left it, like, I tend to not pull the door for it to, like, close all the way. I usually just, like, close it, but not fully. They probably pushed their way in because they know how to do that. I guess I need to be more diligent about closing the door all the way. SMH, life. What is this? There were two back in there again? Oh my gosh. Okay. This is fine. Alright, I guess I learned that I need to close the door. I need to use my manly power to actually close the door. Good to know. Oh, that's good, Carbon. Nothing too awful happened. That's the best we can ask for. Oh, hey Avengers, how you doing? Oh, you're not having a good week? Is it because you're, Oh! Well, your eye's jacked. That's not good. I was gonna say, is it because you're working too hard on your video? Like, if you need to take a break, you can, but... What did you do to your eye? Sorry about the close-up on my hand. It's so weird. It's not thunder, it's fireworks at the park. What? What the heck? I really thought it was thunder outside because, I mean, it was kind of sprinkling over here, so I thought maybe it was just thundering for you. The more you know, I guess. Yeah, I have to keep readjusting this to make sure it's actually fitting, because the further I go, I kind of need to adjust the rest. See, like, when I started, this extra tail was, like, maybe 4 inches long. Now it's a lot shorter, so if you're gonna pre-cut these pieces, make sure you do it nice and extra long. Yeah. Oh, that's good. I don't want to annoy you guys with the close-up. Like, it's pretty close up. That's good. I'm glad I'm not annoying you guys too much with that. I mean, I guess it's kind of the point, but it's bad when I, like, block the camera with my hand. That's not ideal. Oh! You grabbed a vine when doing yard work that was apparently poison ivy. What? I have no idea how to tell the difference between any kind of plants that I should not be touching. So, I'm pretty sure most people would have done that too. That really sucks. Is there anything you can do about it, or you just gotta wait it out? Because that's really awful. Stony Creek was having fireworks tonight, and I completely forgot about it, even though we were just there today. Oh, man, I haven't been to Stony Creek in a hot minute. Is it still, like... Is there still, like, not really a nice place to swim, or am I just remembering it wrong? Maybe I'm remembering a different place, but I remember trying to swim, and I thought it was there, but there wasn't really, like... I don't know, it wasn't really a great place to choose. I know, poor Avengers, what the heck? Alright, I guess it's like you think you're having, like, some kind of problem. Like, your cats knock over all your fish food onto your nice rug, and you're like, ugh. And then somebody comes in and says, oh yeah, well, I can't see out of my entire left eye, so... You know, it's all about perspective. We really should all just be, and by that I mean me, appreciative that my problems could be much worse. Poor Avengers. You're on a steroid to make the swelling go down, but it's not working very well. Oh my gosh. What the heck? That's terrible. Did they give you, like, an estimate of how long they think it's gonna take for that to, like, heal over? Or, I don't even know, like, are you supposed to put ice on that? I don't know what that entails of. I think I've never accidentally touched a plant like poison ivy before, but I can't imagine it would be very comfortable. It's okay there. It gets kind of crowded and there's some interesting events that happen every so often. You have a ton of Virginia creeper in your yard. Ooh! With a bit of poison ivy here and there. You always mix them up. Can't tell them apart. Wow! Oh, that's not good. Maybe you should get rid of those. Do those just grow on their own, or can you, like, get them removed? Because that sounds like something you should maybe, like, yeet it out of your yard. That's not a safe thing. What if you're, like, dog... Do you have dogs? I thought you had dog. What if it, like, runs into poison ivy? Will it bother it? Because, I mean, it has fur, right? I have no idea how that works. Like, if an animal runs into, like, some kind of bad plant, if you will. I don't know the first thing about outside living. Like, people who have gone camping a million times are probably, like, cringing, but I have no idea anything about the outside world. I like indoors very much, thank you. It can affect dogs, but it's rare. That's interesting. Whoop. Almost messed that up. Okay. You have 3, no clue since the leash doesn't go that long. Oh, that's good. As long as the leash doesn't go that long. They can't even try to test to see if that's going to be a bad spot. I mean, I definitely would not risk it. Don't let the dogs get anywhere near any kind of probably dangerous plants, but yeah, I don't know. What if that just grows? Like, if you remove it, will it, like, just continue to come back? That's kind of a... Because that's not a good plant that you want to have in your backyard. Oh! You might need me to record your words again. That's fine with me. I haven't, like, worked on my YouTube videos in so long. Because I've just been so hard working on the fursuits. YouTube stuff is going pretty smoothly. Good. You're about finished with another script. You can start recording as soon as you finish editing Rugrats. I can't wait to watch that. I was thinking if you needed somebody to, like, proofread, like, watch your videos before you post them live or whatever, I wouldn't mind if you wanted me to. Although I don't know if you have Pladley or somebody else watch it for you. But if you wanted to, I could do, like, a watch to make sure, like, the volume is good and there's no, like, awkward editing cuts that accidentally got past you. Sorry, just dying real fast. We don't have neighbors behind our house, just a really tiny but thick portion of trees and plants. So there's a crap ton of stuff just growing in there. Yee! Virginia creeper is practically harmless from what I've heard, so we don't bother removing that. But maybe we'll look into the poison ivy. It might be a good idea. I mean, if you don't plan on going back there ever, then maybe not. But, like, I don't know. It just depends on if you feel like exploring back there, then maybe get it gone. It just kind of sucks that that's growing in your backyard. And it's like, you live in the city too. Like, what? You'd think that's something that would be only, like, way off in the country somewhere. But a pro of having that in my backyard means we have so much wildlife. Oh! We put a camera up there, we see all sorts of stuff. What? Coyotes and foxes are regulars? with deer, possums, raccoons here and there. Oh my gosh. I love that. When I was driving through the mountains, maybe like a week ago, I don't know, I had to travel to another memorial because everybody I know was dying. And I was traveling through the Smoky Mountains, and I saw a coyote, and it was like the most exciting thing of my life. Like, imagine getting to see wildlife all the time. That's so, so cool. Honestly, though, it's worth not messing with if you get to see all the animals. Especially if you're not, like, prancing around back there yourself. I mean, that's definitely a positive for leaving it all back there. Just as long as you warn everyone, don't touch the poison ivy, guys. We are almost done with this. We're right here, and we've got to get to this edge here. So not too much more. We're getting there. Fladley. You've never really had anyone preview anything and just post it and hope it isn't a disaster. Honestly, though, I understand that. It's especially, like, long-form videos. I just feel bad, like, asking people to, like, preview my stuff because it's like, can you sit here and watch my really, really, really long video completely focused and try to help me see, like, problems with it, like... But I've seen it on YouTube before where people haven't had someone preview it, and then they've got some really glaring audio mix issues, like, really bad, and it would have been really good, professional-wise, if they would have had somebody, like, preview watch it. So, I mean, I will if you want me to. Like, if you upload it and put it on, like, not private, like, the one where you can watch it if you have the link, then I can watch it and, let you know if I see any problems, but only if you want to. I would do that if you want. I mean, I'll watch it when it comes out anyways, so might as well try to help you spot any issues. Completely up to you, but I'm down. You started a TikTok this week because you're a seller. You've been cutting up highlights of your stuff. I love that. That sounds fun. It's like TikTok is the way to go. Everybody has TikTok. I feel like an old geezer since I don't have TikTok. But I know I wouldn't use it, so... Maybe someday. There's also previewing on 1.5 or 2 times speed. That's true. If you wanted to look like watch over it but not spend as long, I guess you could put it faster. Of course, it does make it a little bit harder to hear audio inconsistencies, but you could see visual inconsistencies faster that way if you watch it faster. I guess that depends on, well, I don't know. I think if I wanted to watch the whole video anyways, I mean, I would watch it when he posts it anyways, so I might as well watch it regular speed and just, yeah. But that's not a bad idea. Just speed it up so I can get through it. Your audio's always messed up. You know, I haven't really noticed that your audio's ever really messed up before. Of course, I was never listening for it either. But, I mean, it sounded fine to me in the past. Cinder, most of my long edits I proof watch them on 1.5. Ain't gonna watch it whole. It's a good point, man. Like, it takes a long time. It's kind of, like, stressful to watch yourself because, I mean, I will admit I do laugh at my own jokes because I'm an absolute nerd, but sometimes I'm like, wow, why do I keep accidentally, like, repeating this one phrase, or why am I really loud, why am I really quiet here? Like, no matter what, I'm never satisfied with what I'm doing, so it's, like, kind of hard for me to watch back what I'm doing. But it is also kind of good, because it gives it... Then next time you're working on something, you can mentally take notes and, like, try to avoid, like, saying or doing that same thing that annoyed you. If volume issues are there, they'll be heard even in 2 times speed. Oh, well, that's good. It's kind of like with the resizing of images. You don't know if it's gonna... there's like multiple ways that the 2 times speed can affect audio. Like it can either chop it up or elongate it. Like there's multiple ways it could be done. But yeah, if you can still hear audio issues, then I don't see why not. That sounds like a really good way to get through it fast. Quickly check your work before you send it out there into the universe. Not good for animation proofing though, gotta admit. That's true. There's some things that are super detailed like that. I can see that being really difficult. To be fair though, animation usually isn't as long. It's not like probably an hour-long video, so it wouldn't be as painful to sit through for a long, long, long time. Hopefully. You hate TikTok so much, but you have way more interaction in there than anywhere else. When you were back in the woodsy, there's a snake in my boot. When I was back in the woodsy-ish area, I got semi-close to a stag. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Are those guys known to be guys? Are they known to be like kind of vicious? I assume that if you get close, they would kind of get riled up. I don't know if they're territorial or I really don't know much about any kind of deer at all. Ow. Stabbed myself. Alright, guys. If you're gonna do fursuiting, the first thing you want to... Well, fursuit making. The first thing you want to do is go to the store and buy yourself a huge box of Band-Aids. I can guarantee you're gonna use at least half. Every fursuit I make, I need at least 2 or 3 Band-Aids. Sometimes more. Depends on what I'm doing. That's why I don't allow myself to work when I'm really tired anymore. Because that's when I'm most likely to injure myself. I'm not tired right now. I was just stupid. That's why I hurt myself. The Dutchman video had a lot of audio issues because it was the first time you did anything like that. I've learned more about it and it should be better in the new video. Honestly though, like, you taught me a lot that I didn't even notice before. Like, I've never even used Audacity before you tried to teach me how to do it. And it helped a ton. And if I ever do release my Roller Coaster Tycoon video that's 98% done, I don't know how I feel about the audio because it's one of the first ones I ever recorded and I didn't even have a mic yet, so it's just using my phone audio and it's really bad, but I might be able to stick it through Audacity and try to get some better, wait, it is called Audacity, right? I might be able to get some better quality from that, but honestly, I don't want to have to redub over all my lines, but it is kind of interesting, maybe, to see something that I made from a few, I guess it's like 2 years old now. Oh no, you wanted to finish your left paw during noon. Sad. Are you almost done with it? Oh, trust me, company training videos have so long animations. That's a good point. Those company training videos, they go. They go and they go. That is very true. That sounds like pain. Okay, so we're getting to the end here, and even though I started off with, like, this much extra, which is 1, 2, 3, I thought it was like 4 inches, but it's more like 3 inches of extra. Well, it's basically exactly the size I needed, so definitely give yourself some extra to work with here. So I'm going to do a few more stitches to get closer, and then we're going to tuck under this end piece so that it won't shrivel. Actually, I guess I'll just tuck it now. Why not? Just bend it underneath. There we go. Okay. So ideally, you'll try to match up these, sorry, I just realized I was kind of far away from the camera. Oops. Ideally, you'll try to match up these edges here to make it kind of like a seamless thing. I'm gonna put this pin here, this clip. Yeah. So that's pretty good. Actually, the perfect length, really. Let me adjust this better, though. It's so weird. Okay, yeah, so this isn't gonna be perfect for sure, but I'm gonna try my best anyways. That's the only thing I can do, I guess. Isn't that what thimbles are for? You'd think. I actually I have a thimble. I don't know what the heck I did with it. I'm constantly losing my thimbles. It's bizarre. It's like one of the few things that I can't keep tabs on is thimbles. Like, I know where all my sewing needles are. Everything else, but thimbles, I just keep losing them. Oh. Burb zombie kitty, that's cute. Hey, how you doing? We're just sewing. We're sewing the paw. We're almost done, actually. It is Audacity. I can mess with it if you want. Oh, you are so sweet, offering to help me fix my really bad, really old audio. I think I will try to do it. I'll see if it can be salvaged before I consider dubbing over my lines, because it is quite old audio, but it might be able to be saved. I'll do some tutorials, maybe try to figure out how to use Audacity a bit better. But yeah, and that is really sweet of you to offer to help me. You are too good. Okay, we're almost at the end here. I should use a thimble, but here I am just using my nails to push it through. There wouldn't be a problem if I used a needle that was thin enough. This needle is just way too thick for this. Paw needs the contour sewn, including fingers. Oh, yeah, that'll take you a hot minute. Might not add the hem or lining yet. I don't think I need them for now. Yeah, I mean, that's up to you, I guess, if you want to spend the time doing it or not, but it'll take a hot minute. What? I bought Sega Picross when it was on sale, but now that I know all the sales are out, it's probably a much better sale than before. Dang it. Okay, I've been having a really fun time with the Mega Sega Drive. The Sega Mega Drive Picross has been really fun on Switch. I've been playing that before bed every night. Thimble is such a weird word, right? Reminds me of Sleeping Beauty. Even though it's not that. It's completely... I haven't seen that in years. I have actually no idea what I'm talking about right now. Found you offline the other day and just popped in to say hi. Oh, well, thank you. Hi. Yeah, the times that I come online are quite random. I think it's pretty cool that you found me offline. I don't even know how you did that, but pretty impressive. You don't even own thimbles. Well, you know, if you lose them like me, even if you buy them, you'll just lose them, so, oh well. You've been working with the rough audio all week to make other people's narration work. That's kind of hard, because everybody has their own different voice, and especially, they have their own different microphones. So, okay, I can't pull this through. This needle won't come through because it's too big. I need a baby needle. I keep slipping off. There we go. Okay, got it. We're right at the end here, too. We're so close to being done. If I could just finish, I will be a happy, happy Clover. 2 filters. Wow, Cinder, you know everything. 2 filters you'll need on Audacity. Amplify or normalize. And the noise cleaner. Okay, part of the problem is that my video that's very old that I need to update, I need to fix the audio. Oh, okay, Blackfur, see you in a bit. The audio I need to fix. 2 problems. One, I recorded it using my phone because I didn't have any kind of microphone yet. So it might be low quality, but I mean, that's fine, I guess. But the main problem is there is some background noise. So if you think there's a way to clean up the background noise, that would be the best. Like, I would really love that. I hope there's something I can do about it. At the very least, I'm sure there's something I can do to make it better. because right now the background noise is quite distracting, and it was something I didn't realize at the time while recording yet, that background noise is a thing and you need to kind of be cautious of it. That's easy. Oh, I hope so. It's my fish tank, actually. It's the background noise of the fish tank filter kind of cycling water. So, it's kind of like white noise, but it's also very noticeable, so... Your fingers and nails are too tough after sewing for 20 years. You're like, who needs a thimble? Stick it right in there. Well, that's cool. You probably know more about sewing than me. That's very cool. I just learn as I go. I should have taken some kind of, like, sewing class. That would have been cool. I mean, other than the home ec class that they make everybody take in, like, elementary school. Ooh, we are so close to being done. Oh, right at the end. This is the last pin. You push down on your desk when that happens. Oh, that's a good idea. Oh, funny story. Check out this stick. Remember I was talking about my stick? These come with, stuffing. If you buy a bag of stuffing, like polyfill, usually comes with this little wooden stick that you can use to, like, stuff finger, like, the stuffing at the end. If you're making, like, something smaller or something, you just need the stuffing. It's a tool. But the thing is, I was trying to use it to turn this paw inside out because it was so hard to turn inside out that I was using this to do it. And it actually helped a lot until it broke. So let me just show you that is how hard it is to turn this thing right side out. Let me tell you. That's why I was so devastated when I realized I forgot to stitch around the paw pads and I had to return it inside out again, because now I'm going to have to return it outside. I just want to die. That's just the worst part of Handpaws. Everything else is completely doable, but turning them inside out, or right side out, is just the worst. But yeah, I put the stick, I had the stick on the desk, and I was like going like this to try to use the stick to push the fingers open. It worked until the stick broke. Not a bad idea, though, to do that with your needle. Oh, thank you guys. Cindery Avengers, you guys are so smart. Hopefully you guys can help me with the noise reduction, because I kind of just put that video on the back burner for so long, and part of the issue was because of the noise and just the poor audio. I didn't know if I should just release it, so it's kind of a hidden video for me, just because it would be nice to release it, though. There are still some jokes and stuff that land really well, and it is a very fun video. I really like that one, so hopefully I can fix it to the point where I'm at least semi-satisfied. That would be good. You've never taken classes either? Oh! Maybe one day I will be sewing for 20 years also, and then we can both be smart together. Alright, that's cool. Now I could be cool like you and still not have to take a class. Ah, I can't get this needle out. The needle I'm using for this is too thick, and instead of switching to a thinner one, I, just keep powering through. I just keep forgetting to switch. You're so good. Thank you, Avengers. I will dig it out. It's on my project hard drive, so I will dig it out. You give the tool a sample of just noise parts. No voice or anything significant. Anyways, by selecting it and clicking on the burst button, the tool sort of closes. This time you select the whole audio, open the tool again, tweak it with the sliders on the second step, and it gets processed. That's interesting. So you kind of train it to know what the noise is, and then it kind of removes that from the rest of the audio. That's really interesting. Hemostats are really good for that. I'm going to invest in a pair soon. I have never heard of that. What is that? Is it a stick? Is it a wooden stick? Because apparently I could really use a wooden stick. Okay, so we're right at the edge here. Let me see if I can actually get this close enough. And focus. Alright, we're right on the end here. And usually I will stitch over this. And then I will go up through here just to kind of hold it in place like this. Otherwise, if somebody like accidentally pulls this back, it could, you know, it wouldn't be great. So it would be good to kind of just stitch up this edge. So that's what we're gonna do. So first I'm gonna actually go around on the other side. So it's kind of hard to see. I wish it wasn't black. Of every color in the world, had to be black. Okay. So I have one stitch going on both sides of this. Come on, focus. Right here. No, one stitch is on both sides of this. And then I'm going to do some stitches up this side in the center to try to, like right here, try to hold this in place. I've already shown you how to get rid of the noise, but it was months ago. I remember you showing me, but I forgot all about that, actually, now that you mentioned it. Yeah, you did show me how to do that. Dang. Time flies. Yeah, I totally remember that. Yeah, I really wish I had a thimble right now. I'm just gonna push it on the desk like, oh, what was her name? Zombie Kitty said. That was a good idea. Zombie Kitty, what do you sew? Do you sew all kinds of stuff, or do you sew fursuits too? Alright, can't pull it through. I'm gonna use my shirt again. There we go. Quick tip. Use the needle size that you actually need. Don't use one that's too thick. Or if you use one that's too thin, you'll probably just snap it. That's what I tend to do also. Ren, black like my soul. The first step is training and the second is tweaking. That totally makes sense. That sounds great. I will try to fix that video. It's like the main reason I didn't release it yet is I'm just not fully satisfied with it, but I mean, if I fixed the audio, I would be a lot more satisfied with it, so that would be a good thing to try. This needle is gonna break just because I'm just fighting it so much to get it through here. I can't even do this one on camera, I'm just fighting it. I'll have to show you guys what it looks like once it's stitched through. I'm pretty sure, I can't even, it's stuck. It's stuck. Wonderful. Professor Oak from Pokemon Snap. Wonderful. My brother and I just got an N64. I mean, it was a few months ago, but the games are very expensive. We've been slowly picking up games, like very slowly, and we still haven't gotten that one yet. I'm really excited. Hopefully we'll get that one soon, but we got Beetle Adventure Racing and GoldenEye 007, and that one we've been having a lot of fun with, and Gex. Gex is pretty cool too. Alright, you guys saw nothing? Okay, got this through. Good. I need, like, maybe 2 more stitches. So you can see this is where... Focusing. That's where I'm getting the stitches in. Okay. 2 more should do it. Let's go. We're getting there, guys. We're so close. I can taste it. And not because I just used my teeth to pull the needle through. Haha. Well, that was really nice of Fel to clean up that, fish food mess. Because that's not great. That's not good. I can't believe the cats did that. Snap just came to Switch like yesterday. What? Really? Too bad I'm not paying for the extra N64 games. LOL. Oh well. That's fine. I mean, I'm not a hater of emulators. I mean, it is nice to have the official emulators, through Nintendo, but the thing is, like, did you hear what happened with the Kirby game? Like, they released the Kirby game, the N64 Kirby game, with, like, a game-breaking glitch, or, I mean, through an official, their official Nintendo emulator, or you could just play it through, like, Dolphin with, wait, Dolphin? No, Project 64, I think it's called, with no game-breaking glitches. Imagine that. I don't know, man. It's just really hard for me to support Nintendo when they're finally releasing their games, yes, but in low quality. So it's like, do I really want to pay them for that? I don't know. Emulators are a gray area, but I definitely have my opinions. I think if they want to be selling their old games again, that's great, but release them in a good state, guys. Playtest your game, guys. Don't release it in a broken emulator if you're gonna charge people for it. My cat, don't worry, Clover, my cat gets locked in their bedroom every night so they don't destroy my house. Honestly, though, completely understandable, because cats run around and they're just like absolute nightmare terrors. In the middle of the night, you hear them running up and down the hall. They knock stuff down. If they get into my garbage, they just like to take paper or plastic, depending on which cat it is. Sometimes some of them like paper, and they just chew on the paper. Some of them chew on plastic. It's really weird, but like, I can't tell you how many okay, I had a pattern. Okay, I made a pattern. It was a nice new pattern, Handpaws. This was a few months ago, and the pattern, I didn't close the door all the way. Of course, this is the crux of my problems. I keep forgetting to close the door all the way. I left for a minute, I came back, and the cat had chewed the pattern into nothingness. I was so upset. So, I don't blame you. I need to start locking my cat away. When I can't watch them, like, babysit them. Zombie Kitty says, you lock your cat in the wet area / laundry for everyone's safety. I have snap mouse traps in the rest of the house and don't want her to get caught accidentally. Oh, understandable. Oh, man. Imagine having mice. I had mice in my parents' basement once, and it was awful. So having them on, like, the main floor would suck. But yeah, that's a good reason to lock your cat up for the night. Free working third-party emulators are greater than expensive, broken official emulators. That's exactly what I was trying to say. Thank you. Thank you for helping me say what I was trying to say. That's exactly what I was trying to say. Oh, same thing. Oh my gosh, same thing. I was just complaining. Well, I was thinking about complaining about the GTA Definitive Edition is so broken and awful. Imagine paying $60 for that, or you could just emulate it and play it not glitched. And you can also mod it with, like, community mods if you wanted to. It's like, why would you pay $60 for this broken trilogy of games? The definitive edition, if you will. Okay, come on, camera. Focus on... Come on. There we go, okay. Yeah, it doesn't look perfect when I hold it up like this, but it's definitely doable. It's definitely nice. And the other side here. I don't like that it's got a slight ledge here, but again, I'm holding it up very close. For the most part, you would never be able to notice it. Even so, I'll probably tuck this in and do another stitch, because I'm just perfectionist and I don't like that little tiny rift there. But other than that, the stitching looks pretty good. It's nice and even on this side for the most part, and the inside looks good. So here's where the liner is. It's this stretchy spandex. And yeah, I guess that's it for this guy. Ooh, almost dropped it. Oh, you have a family plan that you split. You like being able to play Mario Kart 64 online. That's nice. I mean, that's true. I appreciate that. But I just don't really have anyone I'd want to... I'd rather just play that on my N64 locally. I don't really care about playing it online, so I guess it doesn't affect me either. But if you do like to play that online, it makes sense. It would be a good one to get. Oh, you live on a farm, so we always have mice. That sucks. But it would be nice to not be in the city, too. You got GTA 5 for free, and that's all I need in my life, honestly. I love that game. I just walk around, and then I punch someone, and then I go and buy fur coats. I have, like, every fur coat in that game. I like the fur coats. I wouldn't pay $60, but I'm planning on getting it eventually. I mean, it's convenient. It's nice to have it, like, on your Switch or your PS4 or something. It's nice. It's just sucks that it's gotta be, like, probably one of the worst versions of the games. And that's the version that's, like, expensive and for sale. Okay, so, let me put this on. Your cats steal food, eat destroyed plants, and terrorize my dogs at night if they don't get locked up. They have an entire bedroom with a cat condo, litter boxes, beds, toy box, perches, water, and get fed when put away. Dang! Ren, you have like a cat hotel there. That's awesome. I love that. That's really nice. You know what that reminds me of is The Sims Pets. I used to play The Sims 2 Pets on GameCube, and I used to have a completely separate bedroom just for my cats and dogs on that game. Except yours is real. Okay. Camera's too close now, but here we go. Paw. I really should... maybe I should just hold it up here. It's dark, but yeah. Hi. So yeah, here's our paw. We got the puffy fingers. Let me change camera. Let me move the camera. It's just, the camera is in a not good spot. Ah! Okay, the light went down. Don't worry, it's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, we got the paw, the puffy fingers, good mobility. Got the claws are cute, and you can squeak it. And the edging looks really good. Nice and professional. And we've got the liner on the inside. If I can, come on. I'm blaming the camera, but again, it's just me. Got the lining on the inside so it feels nice and cool. Alright, there's our paw. I like to sit on my feet a lot, so I keep switching the way I sit. These days, getting friends and family to come over to play in person is pretty impossible. That's true. Especially when they live in other states. Yeah, that's kind of a trouble, so I understand. I mean, if you wanted to play online, it would be a lot easier. Frankly, I mean, I understand. It looks good. I love it. Oh, thank you. It's so cute. It looks a lot like, I mean, you and Della, Blackfur, you and Della both had black and red paws, so it's, like, weird for me. It's, like, it feels like I'm doing the same thing again, but here we are, paws. And it's really cute. I just really like it. I think it's a good pattern. It turned out well. America! Yeah, we're in America. It is very summer. It is so hot. Oh, you gotta go, Avengers? Okay, well, we're just about finished up here, too, so I'll see you later. Thank you for offering to help me with my audio. I'm gonna dig up my old files and open it up, see what I've got to work with. It looks good. You love it? Oh, thank you. I like it, too. Now you want to get Onyx as a suit so you can be tall. Alright, we just gotta get you some stilts and glow in the dark. I love the glow in the dark. That's such a cool idea. You love them. That's so good. I'm gonna finish the other one, hopefully tonight. Maybe after I finish cleaning up my rug. Yes, and I can make the slits, so if you want, you can stick your fingers out. I wish I would have thought of that before, but I've never made a pattern for it, so it'll be something new I gotta try. But that sounds fun. I can't wait to try all of your suits. Well, thank you for hanging out with me, everybody. We made a paw. Next time I see you, we'll do the feet paws, and I'll show off both finished paws together. But for now, we've only got the one, and then the one sad one that's on its way. So, yeah. Yeah, so nice hanging out with you guys, and I will see you next time. Oh, I wish it was that cool. Alright, I'll send you warm vibes, and you send me cool vibes, and we'll even out at a good temperature. Thank you. I need that. Well, nice meeting you, Zombie Kitty. I'll see you all next time. Bye!